everyone, it's Eric here from my 525XL. Today is Friday, September 15th. Wow, halfway through September. Damn. So what you're looking at here is the Aqua Forest rock. I guess I'll call it fake rock, but it's manufactured. I'm going to be putting this together. I just got to figure out how I want to construct it, and then I'm going to be putting it in my tank and replacing some of the live rock I have in there. Reason being is the rock is got to be 12 plus years old, and I was doing some work in the tank during the week, and the rocks are just actually breaking apart. So I'm going to start adding this to the tank bit by bit. I'm not going to do a big bang approach, obviously. I need beneficial bacteria to get into the rock, and I don't want to cause any kind of a outbreak of an algae outbreak or anything else, any kind of crash. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to put all this together. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just create like a cardboard frame of the of the tank, and make sure that however I construct it is going to fit properly in the tank. But I'm going to take my time doing this. It's not going to be overnight, that's for sure. I want to do it once, so I'll have to play around with it and see what looks good. If any of you guys out there that are watching have actually used this AF rock, please let me know. Would be curious to hear how it went for you, or what your experience was, or even if you've heard others using it, what their response was to it. So anyway, I'll take you over to the tank. All right, and here we are at the 525XL. You'll notice there is one inhabitant missing, which is the 2-line rabbitfish. I was able to trade that in and got some of that rock and a bucket of salt for him. He was just causing a lot of grief in this tank. There's just a lot of infighting going on. So I think in the past couple of videos you've seen them going back and forth. Since I've removed him though, things have been a lot calmer. The foxface and the tang are just doing their own thing now. Nobody's panicking. The tang's not running back and forth, pacing like it was before. So I think it was the right move. I had that fish for about a year. I liked it. It's just, I don't know, too feisty. In the process of that though, you'll notice I've got a little frag rack going here. These aren't new. These are all the pieces that I broke off of the coral trying to get that little bastard out. So pistachio, acropora, my no-namer up there from in the middle, and then I broke a chunk of my green slimer off the new branch that was growing there on the side. Yeah, it took me probably a good 45 minutes to get that fish finally into the net and into a bucket, and suffered some casualties along the way. So feisty little bugger. Just no desire to be caught. I guess that's natural. So anyway, once I got him out, I quickly glued these frags back onto a plug and got him on a frag rack and back in the water. And so once I start redesigning all this with the AF rock, I'll probably fix those down to the rock and then let them grow. So yeah, it was an interesting battle with that guy. He put up a good fight though, man. I had some choice words as I was trying to get him. pretty frustrating job. I don't envy anybody that has to do that on a regular basis. Anyway, the tank itself is doing great. All the corals are looking pretty good. Parameters are steady. I am still dosing all for reef, so I'll keep mentioning that once in a while. I have not turned off of that product. I think it's working great for me personally. Not everyone's tank is the same, so for what I'm using it for, it's working great. I am still dosing potassium just to help with the color as well on the corals, which seems to be making a big difference on the pistachio acropora for sure. The others I think are benefiting as well. So yeah, dosing all for reef potassium. I do have magnesium hooked up, although the levels are high, not high, where I want them to be, between 13 and 1400. So I turned off that dosing pump. And I was going to try some iodine, but I don't know. I'm going to do a water test first and see what that looks like. Now, I did do some parameter checks, and I noticed my nitrates are a little higher than usual, around 22. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. I don't really want to do no pox or anything like that. I just did 2 big water changes this week, and it's still hovering around 22, so we'll have to see. I'm curious to see what it does once I replace all that old rock, what it's going to do on the water parameters as well. Anyway, back in the fish room. As I mentioned in the last video, I cleaned out this bucket using what do you call it? Citric acid, sorry, with the pump as well, and I filled it back up. I've been drawing down on the bucket, it's been every other day, and as you can see the water, it's crystal clear. I don't have any kind of buildup, no funky foam, water's clear. So I'm guessing that was it. Maybe I just had too much crap built up in there, and it started to just propagate in the water. It's the only thing I can think of, other than I replaced this filter here, but then I mentioned too, the ATO bucket was clean, so I'm thinking that was it. So I think I got to end a job on that, hopefully. Still have to finish off that bucket, and then I'm still contemplating on flipping over to the blue bucket from Red Sea. Haven't done that yet. I just want to use up what I have, so I'll see how that goes. Yeah, so everything's good here, thank God. Now, having said that, flipping salt, I had a green torch coral previous to this one, and when I flipped over to, I can't remember what brand it was, to be honest. It's a cheaper brand. Anyway, that torch died. It just kept withering away, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I lost it. And then I was watching Fragbox, the Fragbox TV channel, a guy out in Toronto, and he had made a comment about someone that also came in with the same issue, and he had just changed his salt and his torch died, and he said that's what it was. The changing of the salt, torch didn't like it, and it just died. I don't know if there's truth to that. I mean, that guy's got a good channel, he knows his stuff for sure, so I'm a little apprehensive about changing salt, but I'm hoping from Red Sea to Red Sea won't be a big deal. So we're going to see how that goes. Over to the seahorse tank. Everything's cool here. The algae is slowly dissipating, very slowly. Finally got my protein skimmer to settle down somewhat. It was going just crazy after I put in the focus on this is not so hot. I'm still using my phone, guys, apologies, but I like the filter on it. Still using, I put in ChemiClean to get rid of some of the algae, and I don't know, it took me 3-4 weeks to get it back to not overflowing here. So finally able to keep the skimmer on more than 5 minutes, which is good because I was doing a lot of water changes just to keep the levels at a safe tolerance for these guys. So I know the nitrates went out to about 10. I was more worried about nitrite and ammonia, so I was just doing constant water changes on this thing. So it looks okay. I still haven't put that Acapora back up, but they don't look to be very healthy in there. I just thought I would try because they broke off. I don't think there's enough nutrients in the tank, to be honest, so I'm not going to put any more acros in there. And to be honest, this guy here is not looking the healthiest either. I might end up taking him back out and just creating some hitching posts for these guys to hang off of. I thought it would be a good idea, but I just don't think I have enough nutrients in here because there's just 2 of these little guys. I don't overfeed, obviously, and I don't want to cause any huge swings. So that's it for the seahorse tank. It's just whirring right along, I should say. And that's really it for my update today, I guess. Nothing stupendous other than got rid of 1 fish and knocked a few corals off, which I just glued back onto the plugs, and my water problem seems to be resolved. So we'll see if I can do anything between now and the next post with the AF rock. We'll see how that looks. I really want to do it nicely. I don't want to just slap it in there. I'm not in a big rush either, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is, because some of these corals are encrusted on the rock already, I'm going to have to break the rock up so I can keep that encrustment on there. I don't want to lose it. So that rock there will have to be chopped up. This one's okay, they're just on plugs. Same with the Space Invader, he's just on a plug. Same with this guy here. The Pistachio is encrusted quite a bit as well as the No-Namer. So I'm gonna have to chop that rock up too. I don't want to lose that piece, and I'll just probably affix it onto the to the AF rock. So, and these guys I'll just keep on their own rock and let them grow that way. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a different look. I just hope I don't get any wild swings in the tank, and that's why I want to do it slowly. So I'll just add a section at a time. I'm gonna do it so I actually create it in sections, probably 3 sections is my guess, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts on putting in the AF rock if you've heard of anyone or you've done it yourself. Any tips or tricks, but I'm pretty sure I can't just plop it all in. Probably create some sort of a swing in there. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and till we chat again, happy reefing.